You know, it's nice to just like have the Uber portals taking us to a nice, safe location to walk around and stand in and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah. Really pretty here.
it's pretty nice. It's pretty
Going on a
nice. Wow, we're kind of here on business, you know.
Yeah, and don't mix business with pleasure thing.
Well, I
I
mean,
get that, by the way.
that's well, look, that's neither here nor there. Oh, hey, it's Miss Burnout.
Hello.
Welcome, Kirby.
Hi.
Welcome, Fruity.
Are these? Do you know these
you both
others or
doing?
just? Um, I don't know how to answer that.
Things are going well now, but also potentially bad in the future. It's not the usual.
Yeah, but I assume these folk are associated with you.
Why, yes.
Hi.
I am the court mage. My name is Eris.
Oh,
So, I assume you're here to speak to Lord Zwei.
yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. I'll take you to him, I guess.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Follow me.
Oh, you know, I've never really been to this part of the Hell Keep.
Yeah, is this like
This is the
area?
Palace District.
Ah,
Oh.
It's not really open to the public.
yeah. I guess you could say I don't really come here that often.
Yeah, to my understanding, you've only been to the manor.
Yeah.
I think we got here with an Uber portal.
I mean, like we knew to come over here instead of just simply well, usual.
To be fair, I'm sure Uber has like diplomatic immunity to like everything. Get anywhere they
Within
want to.
reason.
Within reason.
The Uber portal wouldn't bring you into the main gates of the Palace
Yeah.
District directly.
Yeah.
More like outside it, where you guys obviously ended up.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised about that. I thought I would have to like walk in for some distance, but no, it's just right there. Wow, this is
If you would go ahead and wait inside the throne room, and Lord Wolfgang will meet you momentarily.
all right. Sure, thank you. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
What? Did she just?
Well, I see a throne. I want to sit on it.
No, that's disrespectful. Listen, hon. I know you're.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Listen, hon. I know you're
What?
looking.
So
I know you're looking positively radiant right now, but you can't. That's a little bit rude of you try to do that.
Excuse me, are you trying to distract me by complimenting my because it's working? Sir.
Oh, really?
No, we're on business. Business, not pleasure. Business. Keep your thirst check. Have things say Kirby.
Well, no.
Oh, hey, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, when I was told that you called,
Yeah,
I almost didn't believe it. It's been far too long.
Yeah, there's actually been a lot of stuff that's been kind of taking up some time and stuff like that, and now it's kind of like now's a kind of little brief moment of pause, I guess.
A very brief respite from the chaos that is happening.
Yeah.
I must say, I'm not at a most comfortable position myself either. I too
Yeah.
have had some troubles.
Troubles?
Gosh, it's been so long.
It's been like just 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Out of RP, how long has this been since my event?
Oh, since your event? Because like I know you were remember like you were at least around for when Altino was back. So that was
yeah. That was just a quick run in.
Yeah. So yeah, but that was still
proper meetup like this has been like at least a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you talk about that fight between
for me when it comes to this stuff.
the other one, it would have been 2
RP
months.
card is down for a second, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just since RP card is down, does it make sense?
It depends how he got here.
Yeah, it depends on how you got here. Were you here with me and Fruity, or did you just walk in here?
To be honest with you, I was just gonna see what you were up to, like always.
Yeah, that Zwei's soldiers would be.
This is supposed to be Zwei's palace, so you can't just walk in here.
It even says RP at Zwei's.
Oops. Those are your guys?
RP card is down, boy.
Yeah, no, RP card is down, but
you
boy.
Talk to them.
Boy. Hey, you know, I could try to yeet him like I try to yeet him like, you know,
Wait.
Guard, get him out of here.
Big joke. I got most of your guards to be convinced about democracy, so they might start a revolution. I am so sorry in advance.
I think we can safely yeet him like.
Yeah, and he is also like greatly underestimating the loyalty of guards.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's called fourth wall breaking.
Boy. Oh, that means I can also. Hey, does that mean I can like fourth wall, like, you know, grab you by the tie and just fling you out?
The joke's on you. I don't wear a tie in IRL. I'm wearing a t-shirt. So boy.
But
anyways,
it is good to see you, but...
Yeah, but we're in the middle of a thing.
I'm gonna... Alright, have fun. That's why. Stop being shy.
You can boy him again. So we'll be at the like Great home later on.
I'll see you when I see you.
All right. So yeah, I guess it's been like a kind of a full month since we properly met, stuff like that. But you were around for the Altina thing. So in any case, RP card back up.
Yeah. Okay. I totally forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Back up.
Well, we'll get to my issue potentially later. I know you've got something going on, and obviously that's
yeah.
why
I mean, yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to check up on how things have been with you, because my stuff kind of requires a bit of a build up to getting to the point.
Well, we'll start from the beginning then.
Okay.
Important details, you know, the words.
Yeah. So, I guess the stuff that's relevant. I was just kind of wandering around when I came across this low technology village. I don't remember what the name was, but it wound up being overtaken by this thing that's referred to as Monster Mash. At the time, I was not aware of who or what they were, and I got chased around, blah blah blah, and I eventually got pulled into some kind of other location by someone by the name of their name was John, and they explained to me Monster Mash is some kind of army thing, or just a growing force that just kind of wants to do the whole, typical bad guy thing of just like taking over the world or plunging world in darkness, something along those lines.
That's interesting.
What do you mean by that?
It sounds very... So when I say it's been a while, obviously, after the events that happened in November, I've been given a lot more responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of light and dark and the balance between the two. I'm kind of a hand in trying to make sure that balance is, like a pendulum, always moving, never leaning to one side.
Yeah.
I felt a massive change in that balance, where it's like a very large portion of the world is engulfed in darkness, and this sounds like the thing that you were just describing.
Yeah. I mean, I was told supposedly, like, at this point now, 40% of the world's been plunged into darkness. And I'm just wondering, maybe there was some kind of like technicality in what they mean by that, because 40% that's enough to have the entire world's nations to be actively doing something. Not to mention that, a lot more people would be active in trying to deal with Monster Mash instead of just barely anyone talking about it.
So, it's like a Hydra Shield secret scroll takeover.
It's kind of hard to ignore what happened to those places that I went to. It was pretty much like there was hardly anyone.
Monster Mash is operating like that. They probably have like a secret covert division.
They'd have to then replace like people and have them operate as if nothing was going on, and that would mean 40% is a lot.
Don't mind me asking, who have you even talked to about this?
Yeah. So there's a person named John, but mostly we've been also speaking to. You're okay with ghost familiars in this house, right? Or in this place, right?
I mean, as long as they're not causing a wreck.
Okay, just make sure to tell.
Assuming she has a ghost familiar.
Yeah, it's kind of just follows. It's supposed to be staying at home.
I'll be here. I don't know.
In any case, so yeah, talking to some guy named John, who's got a bit of power to himself. But mostly we've been speaking to this person named Mr. Perfect. I don't know if you've heard of him or came across him. No.
I'm not.
Okay, yeah. He seems to be rather kind of self-contained. Like, he kind of keeps to himself. He's got like a lot of technology stuff. He's got this thing called like the box and such. And they've also got I remember they have like a robot in there. I can't remember what their robot. The android was called. I'm assuming it's an android. They seem, and they also have someone who's got very
important stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, I suppose. Well, I suppose that other person, I haven't really interacted with her much. In any case, yeah. So this Mr. Perfect guy told me information about Monster Mash and whatnot. And then just one night, I woke up and, well, not woke up, but I just had a dream. And in this dream, I was attacked by someone of the Monster Mash. And the thing is that, like, they have, I guess, the ability to pull people out of nightmares, or just give them nightmares, or just enter people's dreams. And whatever happens to... Yeah, like, I couldn't even, like... I couldn't bring in my weapons, I couldn't use my Blue Devil. And...
Sounds like an old horror movie.
Yeah, it was kind of pleasant. Also, they didn't seem to care much for talking much. I mean, there was some degree of talking, but she didn't seem to really want to listen. She was angry with me because I had, I guess, upset someone that they cared about. Rather, like, supposedly I had killed one of the creatures or pets belonging to someone else, but that was actually someone else that kind of like jumped in, destroyed, causing trouble. It was basically I'm taking the blame for someone else basically. But I don't think they cared anymore now. They seem to have a bit of an interest in me, I guess, but I didn't take that too well, and I couldn't. Well, I had to look for alternate ways of dealing with not sleeping, and also trying to deal with this person. But I did eventually find a way to kind of like, I guess, defend myself from her. The person's name is Nurse Krugoy. I really doubt you've heard of her name.
I can't say that I have.
Yeah.
What about you, Burnout? Have you heard of Krugoy? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Krugoy.
I'm more better with faces than names.
She's got hair over her eyes, a creepy smile, and herself, and she might not actually have eyes.
Well, that might be what her current form is. We don't really know what she looked like before.
I might have seen her, but I can't be fully. Don't take it fully for granted.
Well, it would be.
Yes, we have been dealing with some sort of darkness. However, I don't think we've encountered the likes of yours.
Yeah, I don't know what definition of darkness this falls under, but they want to be doing some bad things. So I also kind of went through the trouble of getting something to help me out with dealing with I guess dealing with her. I don't know if you're familiar with the
that is a lovely looking piece right there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if you happen to know much about Tamrielic lore, but this is something. Oh, this is a Daedric artifact. This thing is like actually kind of producing sunlight, and does
sunlight flowing directly through it.
Yeah, it's just
warm.
It's kind of warm. Kind of feels nice.
And interestingly enough, the Krugoy lady has a weakness to sunlight.
Yeah. So it's kind of the reason why I have
Not
this thing
like
with
sunlight.
But so the reason why we're here is because right after we got access to this, she wound up appearing before us in a very let's just say an uncomfortable manner. I don't want to go into the details. I mean, how much information? She got a lot.
She goes into your darkest memories and pulls out all of your worst.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And you want to do something about this?
Well, so I know she's done plenty of terrible things and whatnot, but instead of what people most expect someone like that to be getting, most people would be expecting that she should be getting a swift punishment, swift death, rather. In fact, most of the Monster Mash, probably deserve it. But I kind of would like it if they were imprisoned and just kind of deal with the consequences in that fashion, rather than simply just they're cut down in their prime. I know a lot of people would prefer to see them dead, but I feel like death is just too good.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that for her specifically, we know that once there's sunlight on her, she's normal. She's like rather like
normal. How
normal as in she doesn't have access to her powers. So there's no nightmares or whatnot. It's just simply she's just a person, so to speak, in terms of powers. Now, I was also
If I
told.
may,
Yeah, go ahead.
you said that she has a new current form. If she's hit with sunlight, she turns normal. And I'm assuming by Fruity's. Well, I assume by your definition to her, she's not a normal-looking person right now. Has she always been this way? Say she wears a nurse.
She wears a nurse's outfit, yeah.
Do you know her backstory, her history?
I know some of it, actually. When I was discussing this idea with Mr. Perfect, he suspected I was actually trying to figure out a way to get her to go back to what she once was. So, I mean, I took that as an implication that, like, sunlight still will not actually make her be like her old self. It would just simply depower her. But she used to be someone who, I guess she was like someone just like kind of just doing research and such. I forgot what her alignment was, but she wasn't exactly she wasn't a bad person before. And then she came across, I guess, some form of witchcraft, and she met some person, and then she just changed. And the place that she came from, her village, well, I wanted to look information there, but I was told that her village it's like probably the most heavily occupied by the Monster Mash. So,
Probably.
Because I want to offer you this.
Like, considering the things she told me about how apparently I'm like her, and considering she's got a little bit of a medieval bent to her, I'm going to guess, light in considering her looks and size of her chest, then I guess there's probably a bit of going on.
What?
The medieval ages.
Wait, you keep cutting out.
So, I'm sure there's probably more of a tragic bent to it. She kept kind of she got me with her nightmare ability, and she kept trying to emphasize, oh, you're like me, I understand what it's like. That I was in a bad situation too, and then the master freed me, whatever. And considering not the way she looks, the way she acts, the fact that she tends to kind of gravitate towards more Renaissance-ish, maybe like medieval 18th century, possibly, sort of like setting and apparel, probably wasn't a good time for her.
Now, I don't have much to go on with that, but from what I'm hearing, from what I can gather, it seems that if she's wearing a nurse outfit, I could assume that she was in the medical field. She wasn't that much of a bad person. She obviously wanted to help people. It seems like she, stumbled across an unfortunate fate.
Yeah.
So I want to give you this slice of perspective from my point of view. Someone who is probably the most gray area you're ever going to meet when it comes to light and dark.
Yeah.
I think she's suffered enough. From someone who she used to be, right now, her main character, she's in torment right now. And I know you would like to see her punished for the things she's done, but you gotta ask yourself, is she really the one that's doing this? That's why I think why most people would think killing them would be better off for them, but I think they see it more as they tortured me, they hurt me, I want to kill them. Me, I think mercy killing them is probably going to be the best. Imprisoning them, you're just prolonging their suffering.
That does make sense, but at the same time, they could stop it themselves. They have these powers. They can do things to themselves. Or they can fight against whatever's doing this. Then again, I understand that sometimes it's not as simple as that. I understand it's not as simple as that.
Yes, because how does your power work? Your Blue Devil, I take it?
Yeah,
If you gotta control it, don't you?
yeah, I do have to control it.
What happens when it controls you?
Considering how I actually did see a time where that happened, I guess, so to speak, there was no hope for me. It just.
Can you apply that logic to her? It's just something to think on.
Alternative, since I've got a bit of life experience in this regard, can't rehabilitate and get better if you're dead.
Yeah, there's that too. When I
Well,
mean
if we're talking about rehabilitation,
when I mean punishment, I mean punishment isn't the. I'm not going by like literal like we need to put them through whatever hell, whatnot. No, I'm talking about what facing consequences, etc., atoning for what they have done. They still have they still have energy and whatnot. They can still do things to make up for the wrongs they have done. And if they're simply just snuffed out, then they never get the chance to atone, or rather, they never get to pay for their crimes.
paying for their crimes and atoning can be two very different things.
That's true.
Now, if you want to help to make them atone, if you want them to atone for their things, you have to find a way to make them normal, and then see what they can do beyond that. If you're just going to get her as she is and imprison her and not do anything about it, you're better off just killing her right there.
That does make sense. That it would be best that we try to act first. Because on the off chance capture her and she decides, fuck this, I'm not gonna atone, I'm just gonna break out and try again. No.
Yeah, that makes sense too. It's just, I just still think that just, yeah. I just feel like
There's a difference between what is oftentimes might be the right thing to do and what is the best.
Sometimes the greater good has to come first before, I guess, what you might debate selfish desires.
I know. This is, I don't know if it's sort of like just some old feelings of mine just kind of like coming back to me. Months ago, I just also kind of recently got memories given to me, rather returned to me. It's hard to describe it, but just there was a time months ago where we were all doing things, some of us were doing things a little bit differently. And then it got wiped out. It got reset. We just simply we redid things in a different way. Like there was actually some kind of Cold War happening amongst like the local like some local mafia and some other group. And I was actually kind of involved in that in some way. And I just remember something that was that like one thing that stuck with me was just people were behaving as if there was only, it was either one way or the other, always one extreme option or another extreme option. Never thinking about there's some kind of middle road or just some other thing that just need a bit more time to be thought about. And I just wonder if those feelings, if that's what, if it's, I'm just being distracted by those feelings, those clouded by those thoughts. Because I mean, I still strongly feel like, you know, imprisoning this person would be at least just for for just a certain amount of time to see what to go from there. Because she needs to be stopped.
Well, yeah, I agree. She does. She sounds like she definitely needs to get stopped.
Yeah, but just
But like I said, if you're just going to imprison her how she is and not do anything about it, then I strongly recommend just ending her suffering there.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I don't.
But
I didn't
if
really
you want to try to bring her back, you want to try to bring her back to her normal state and then have her atone for her sins, then that is more. That seems more level-headed. Like I said, she's probably suffering in her state right now.
At the same time, we don't know if this is simply just her. Like, we don't know if this is sort of like she willingly want this path, or she fully is in on this, or maybe she's just simply just thinking differently, kind of thing, or we don't really have that much information.
It is hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said I want to at least be able to keep her imprisoned somewhere, so that we can figure it out.
Unfortunately, I don't
have to capture her. Figure out a cure.
What was that?
It might be that we end up having to capture her, but we can figure out a cure.
So, right now I do not have the means to be able to keep a creature like her, locked away forever.
We'd be able to find you something to help with that. Like,
I do kind of have an idea, though. I don't know how it'll work, though.
Okay.
So, you're familiar with Dry, how he knows how to manipulate souls.
Yeah.
What if we got our hands on a stone that we can, I guess, harness some sun energy into it?
Like some kind of sunstone?
We could precisely. We could possibly use... We could possibly use, like, a spell on her, where we can fill the mortal body of her, but keep the soul inside a soul stone, a sunstone. And that way, she'll be trapped in there, but we could possibly do what we need to do to have her atone. At least then she'll be out of harm's way. It's an idea. I don't know how well that can fan out.
That's definitely an idea.
We'd have to find a stone that would work, though.
I mean, I did come to you not as sort of like, hey, do you have any ideas, but more of it like, hey, I can give you what you need. Because I know some people I can definitely speak to in regards to having something that just lit by sun, or giving out some sunlight, and such like that. The thing is, it's simply like, I come to you asking if you're okay with that. Also, are you okay with the fact that keeping someone like that, I guess, imprisoned here, when we don't know how Monster Mash are going to behave with that. Like, the thing is, Monster Mash, their intention is going to be eventually they're going to try to come to Hellkeep. They're going to be coming to everywhere in the world at some point. It's just, I don't know if this would speed that up.
Shit.
Well, I can tell you we've most likely already encountered something of that, like, which is what I've been leading up to talk to you about. I was seeing if what you were experiencing was the same as what we went through. A while back, we were on. So, like I said, I have to keep the balance between light and dark, and ever moving pendulum.
Yeah.
This darkness that engulfed a large portion of the world. I set out with a couple of troops to see what was going on. I saw humanoid creatures, like humans with this substance on them. It was like black, scoopy. It looked alien to me. None of our weapons were effective against it till one of our battle mages cast a fireball at one of them and torched the whole thing. Unfortunately, I was the only one who was able to escape.
Oh.
I think this is like... I'm not sure what to call it, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this whole darkness thing. Honestly, I am respectful for your, wanting to value life and stuff. But in some cases, you just have to do what has to be done. Sometimes a punishment for atonement, it can't be an option because of how little time there is. We can try, but like I said, there's just so many ifs.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, Burnout? Okay.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to try to press this. Like, I know this is not a thing that's, I can talk to people about, convince them over, and also at the same time, I myself, kind of feel uncomfortable thinking about it as well. But, if you're not okay with this, don't do it out of any kind of favors or anything like that. Just, if you're not okay with this, then that's fine. I'll try to find some other location, or just gonna have to simply end her on the spot.
Admittedly, the idea of trapping, even without all these moral arguments, the idea of trapping her soul outside of her body so she can't do the things that her body can, does not seem like a bad idea. It might be a fairly effective way to deal with her.
If you can end up getting to that route, I'll be happy to store the thing down below.
But
I have means to keep things safe, but I don't have means to keep a powerful being. I don't even know what she's capable of. Who knows what would happen?
Yeah. Like I said, we would have the thing that would keep her under lock and key would be basically just sunlight, and I can provide you with something like that. But if you don't feel comfortable with that route, then that's fine.
I would need more information first.
What was I said, Zoe?
I'm going to need more information about her first. Possibly I hate to think it, but maybe a hands-on experience. But if you could give me information, if you can...
I can easily just give... The most information I give you is just... She infiltrated my dreams. And then one day we're in a forest. She appeared before Fruity, and she had other copies of herself around that she can use as to attack people with.
It was nighttime and it was dark, so she doesn't need just sleep. If there is dark, she can also manifest.
Yeah. And once I struck her with
making out with me to turn me into one of her thralls. It was not a pleasant experience.
Yeah. I struck her with the sunlight, or rather, this weapon here, and she immediately just recoiled. She didn't seem to know how to handle it, and it kind of made all the other copies of herself just kind of just disappear. Although she was able to call on, I guess, some kind of undead group around her. So she's got that.
It's interesting. So this lady, she seems to be only weakness is pure sunlight, I take it.
Yeah.
And this other force, her weakness
know
seemed to
about
be only
pure.
fire.
Other force? Are you sure it was just?
Yes,
it
the
was,
one I just...
Yeah. Are you sure it's specifically fire and not just simply just magic?
I think it's... Yeah, just... I think it's fire... I'm pretty sure it's fire in general, because the weapons we use are magic infused.
Oh, okay. Huh.
On that subject,
Like-
though, I think that theoretically, against Krugoy specifically, and hard light might be somewhat effective. But we would have to. We were planning on asking.
Hard light? Yeah, you said you wanted to speak to Rookie about that, but just I'm not really sure why you're suggesting hard light.
I mean, if you think about the science of hard light, what
I don't
sunlight is,
really. What is it?
it's not. Well,
I-
hard light isn't specifically sunlight itself, but it's like a manipulation of the actual atoms and stuff in a way that might actually mimic sunlight. I mean, I'm not too sure
Even-
about that technical aspect, but I know, because I've been sliced up by hard light weapons before in my past, that shit feels like the sun.
Huh.
I think it's worth looking into, because, I mean, it's not like you have another 30 of those laying around forever.
Yeah. Also, Freddy, you need to adjust. Put a mic boost on your mic.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, I need to perform a witchcraft ceremony here real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna definitely look into, I guess, like more hard light technology to give. I guess I don't know if I should be going on giving around or. Wait a minute. Wouldn't Zenico have access to hard light technology? Is that something? I'm not even sure that's something that they look into. I'm just assuming that they do, but
Ritual performed.
I mean, if you're asking me personally, I wouldn't have a clue.
yeah.
They don't provide my military's weapons.
Mhm. Well, I'm just simply just thinking about them in terms of, well, possibilities and stuff like that. You know.
I mean, I'm sure Fruity still has Archer's number. I mean, you can just
Yeah.
ask
I
her.
do.
Yeah. It just feels.
We were planning on speaking with another person with somewhat association with Zeneca, though.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
Ricky.
One other thing that might be important to mention, Kirby.
Mhm.
When you said powerful people, I thought of it earlier. Broly.
You were there with me when that happened. We met some.
This is a person.
Oh, go ahead.
He's someone to not underestimate.
Yeah, it's
Incredibly powerful.
Friend or foe?
Foe.
Or situational?
well. I guess towards
Oh.
me would be foe. I don't know if he. Otherwise, I guess he'd just be kind of uncaring and neutral.
No, that's
He's
fine.
battle hungry. Here's the thing. He's battle hungry, and a fight between him and a fight with him can destroy an entire city.
Him and his brother
I don't think he's
specifically.
the kind of person to care about collateral
Yeah.
damage.
Hmm.
Even if he's just fighting like a monster or something.
Yeah, that's true. You don't care.
He basically took down a giant spider without a problem. With just one go.
And he's also pretty fast too. When we came across him, I was just trying to be like positioning myself so that I can just simply distract him long enough for, someone else to do something to just knock him out or just dispose of him. he kept moving too fast. And we were just lucky to, just, I guess, then pull out of that.
And what is this plan with this Broly?
Nothing yet, other than simply just trying to find his brother. And then just telling them to go to another dimension to have their fight.
Oh, so this
Entire
is
dimensions could be destroyed if they fight here.
Is this completely unrelated to
Monster
the
Mash?
previous topic?
It's
Yes.
somewhat related. It's because of him that I'm being targeted by Monster Mash.
Oh, so he's the one.
Yes. He punched out a giant spider that was the pet of Krugoy's girlfriend, I think. And he took the blame for it. Because for some reason, even though Krugoy could sense this one's presence, couldn't sense the goddamn superpowered over the power presence that is Broly. Which means he might have a sort of like ability to hide from sensing ability.
That is. It's got to be some kind of. He's got to have some kind of specific thing because, like, I can just taste the power emanating off of him. Okay, it tastes like broccoli. It was unpleasant.
I don't know why she thinks you killed. How big was the spider?
It's the size of. I'd say it's the size of this room. It's the main body.
And then I assume since this Broly defeated the spider must have been very powerful.
Well, I mean, like, never tried to fight it per se, but it moved. The thing is, I don't really doubt that me and the others could have taken it on, but like, it would not have been a swift defeat. Not to mention there was three others there as well, so it's kind of one of those.
To find the logic that this nurse has that to think that you, no offense, would be able to take out a being like that.
Most people tend to assume I can't handle anything, so the fact that she thinks I actually did something is a little suspect to me, to be honest. And as annoying as it may be,
I mean, she's got reason to dislike you now, but that initial assumption.
Well, there's that. Just like, as annoying as it may be to kind of have the whole, like, where people think I can't really do much of anything, it still at least in the end helps me out. But this is where it should have been helping me out, and yet she doesn't seem to think along those lines. So I don't know what to say about that.
I will say this. I was around Broly's presence, and I don't have a whole lot of power sensing abilities, but the feeling I was getting from that man, I don't know if the first of the Eternals, the Eternal King, the Heavenly King, could beat him. And that is someone who has the closest ties to the Elder God I am contracted to out of all of us that are contracted with them. So I am unsure about that. That's the amount of power we're dealing with.
It's kind of weird to hear that, because, like, one of his brothers is just someone who used to work for the ALA. It's just, I wouldn't have thought of much in terms of, strength and such. I mean, I know he would,
However, just because he has raw power doesn't mean he can't be outsmarted. I'm sure there has to be a trick.
He'd have to do a lot of calculating, because he doesn't seem to be the one that even cares to think. Like, trying to speak to him didn't really do much because he didn't really care. You need to trick someone who doesn't care. That's
Offer them what they care about.
no, he didn't care either.
Lure them into a trap.
He didn't care.
Offer them what they care about the most. A fight.
They want to affect a
He
specific
seems to be
person.
more like the guy. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Fine.
I was just gonna say he seems to be more like the guy who is more bronze over brains.
I would say yes,
I
but
mean, I don't-
it's just he didn't care. Like I told him, hey, I'll go look for the ones that you want, and he didn't care. He didn't care at all.
Fair enough.
But that's neither here nor there. We're here for something else, I guess. But
Oh yes. Anything more to this?
not really, I guess. Just Monster Mash is something to be worried about, I guess. And I guess it would be kind of
Oh,
it
hold
would be
on.
fair to actually now that I think about it, it would be kind of fair to be warning you about Brawley because he may just stumble around in the city just because he's looking for Monster Mash related stuff. I don't know why he's looking through Monster Mash
Well,
stuff.
the
But
city directly hasn't been hit with Monster Mash yet.
yeah.
Hold on, Kirby. Let me
What?
reach into your
Fortunately.
pocket real quick.
Okay.
Grab that card from Mr. Perfect. Reach in here. Paper, pencil. Describe this here.
Wait, are you just gonna? You could just
Tear
call.
off a piece of paper.
You could always call him here.
Here you go. Well, let me give you this card back. That is Mr. Perfect's number.
I could also try to call him right here, right now, if you
Alrighty.
want me to. If he's not busy, that is.
Hmm. If you think there's something that there's to be gained from sending him here, then by all means, I'll allow it.
You
I'm
might have
just-
better questions for
He's
him.
an ally. It will be useful.
Yes, so if I could save the lives of my soldiers, then so be it.
All right.
I don't know if he's available now, but at the very least, you have a number now. So
How do I
I
use
don't
this
know
thing?
how this Mr. Perfect might mind a cold call from someone he didn't give his number to, so I'll leave that to Kirby.
Just say, hey, Kirby called, something like that. Am I supposed to wave it around or touch this thing?
Did you try turning it on and off again?
I'm not sure what. I mean, it's just a card. I don't know where the button would be. I kind of wish this
Press
was.
the very center of it with your fingertip.
Oh, okay. There's this perfectly smooth button right there.
Perfect here. Who's calling?
Oh, hi. Yeah, it's Kirby.
Mm-hmm. And I see that you were kind of messing with the card a little bit. It was a little bit staticky a little bit before. Did you shake the card around and about? You need to be careful.
Sorry, I'm not good with well, technology. I'm not accustomed to, I guess.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm here on my own and doing my own kind of crap.
Yeah. Okay, so I was wondering if you'd be willing to I guess have a talk with one of my friends. He's I guess he's the leader of a kingdom. So I kind of figured that he might be.
Sounds like I'm speaking to the Knights of the Round Table.
No, nothing of that sort. It's just I kind of figured that it would be in his best interest to get some more insight on this Monster Mash from your, from you rather than just from.
he might have had. Sorry, go ahead.
No, actually, no. You go ahead. Go ahead.
So, his kingdom might have already had a bit of an encounter with potentially another branch of Monster Mash. Do you know about sort of tar-looking humanoids covered in tar oil kind of stuff that are weak to fire?
Oh, hell, he must have encountered the plague.
What a disgusting name.
Yeah, that is what the Monster Mash is. That is one of the three armies. That is called the Plague Army. And apparently, you've stumbled upon, yes, a very, very dangerous yet infectious disease of an army. Let me tell you something real quick, right on over here. Sir King Knight, whichever, whoever's on the phone with you, Kirby.
It's
King Zwei.
I go by
King's
Lord.
Lord.
Lord Wolfgang. Remember, we gotta be formal when we're talking to other people.
Kirby.
Okay, then I am going to ask you this a few other times, right on over here. How did these enemies act in front of you? Were there any conceptions of a part of your gang or something like that? If you even had a gang with you at this time, were they consumed by this plague?
Yes, a great majority of my group was taken by this plague.
Oh, well, hell, good luck getting them back. They're part of the infection army now, the plague army. That's unfortunate. How many did you see?
It's hard to remember. It looked like just a small shambling group.
Small and shambling, they must be scouting around from one place to the other. Just so that you'll know, the plague mostly consists of, well, that black goop that I still need to try and name. I'm still calling it the plague. It is run by a monster called the Frankenstein's monster, and yes, we are not really talking about the Frankenstein's monster we all know and love from the old movies of the black and white. It is something much, much different. A Frankenstein's monster that I'm unable to even describe. Has a little bit of a helmet. It is covered in that black goop as well. It is in control of it.
Okay, let's call him Artorius.
What?
Interesting. Kind of like that name, to be really honest. I think you should listen to your wife more.
You heard the voice.
All right.
At any given pace, that is one of the three other armies that you have encountered. King Zwei, King
Lord
Zwei, I believe.
Lord Wolfgang.
It's fine at this point. So what? You said there's three of them. The plague and what else?
Yes, we have the plague. We have that undead illusion army that Kirby and the rest of the gang have encountered that I had to take care of immensely since I brought them into the box. Still doing some research on some of the ashes of those enemies. There is this one other army known as the Arachnid army, full of spiders. And not only that, that army's gotten worse within power. I've just located more research that this so-called wolf spider has now become a spider queen, the Arachnid queen that they call her, and she has a new form. 2 forms, I believe, and that's actually not good on my end.
Spiders, like the one Broly destroyed?
I believe
Yes.
so.
If you're talking about the golden spider, then yes. There's hundreds of those out now roaming around and about.
And that one was
Great.
this big. How big do you think?
Is there a weakness to the arachnids that we know of?
Oh hell, they have super armor. And that's one thing that I just realized. The only way to quite possibly defeating them is by hitting them really hard, I think. I'm trying to exploit more weaknesses towards this spider army, just so that you'll know that this has become worse than I fully reimagined here. And if you meet the so-called spider army, try not to get caught in the webs, because I just figured out within my research that these are indestructible webs.
Okay, so we have an illusion army apparently weak by his sun. We got a plague that is weak by fire, and then we got arachnids that you just gotta punch really, really hard. Alrighty then. We got our work cut out for
I don't know if any
us.
of us can punch that hard.
Well, a combined might, yeah, we can, but an entire army, we're gonna need to look into people with some,
I'm wondering how these arachnids, is it just brute force, like blunt impact, or would it be like just force of anything hitting them really hard? Like, could it be a bullet, a laser, a magic spell, a fist, or is it just like a specific type of damage?
I mean, when I saw Brawley take it out, it was just simply he appeared either he flattened out the arachnid, like not literally flattened out, but just kind of just punched.
Megaton punch.
Yeah, just a big old megaton punch right through the thing, and it was out.
So then, physical strength definitely does something, but I want to see if some more other type of strength, like what if we got a gigantic laser that hits one of them?
That should.
How much force can we get in the shot that would be able to do the same effect, or is it just that megaton punch that's able to do it?
I think it's just any kind of concussive force.
Any of us have.
I'm pretty sure it's just any kind of concussive blast, or just concussive force.
Concussive. That.
You know someone who might be able to punch that hard if he got enough momentum?
Are you asking me?
Jimmy.
Look, before we start going into, we can just speak with people. Look, I know like a person or two that may employ like, power armor or mechas and stuff like that. We can see if they're willing to. I mean, they surely have to be willing at this point, right?
Let me check the corporations in my city, both Weiss and Wolf and Zenico, and I could see what I could come up with in terms of those specifics. However, regarding Jimmy, I'm just on my way to talking to him. I want to see if I can possibly get him off your back. I have an idea. And don't worry, I'll be safe with him. You've warned me enough about him.
Okay.
Thank you.
But, with that being said, it is getting rather late, and I do have.
Yeah. We've taken up a lot of time. Yeah. Okay. All right. So just to make sure, like, if we do have a way, just at least at least even temporarily imprisoning, would you be okay with holding on to?
If she's in her physical form right now, you're going to have to make sure she is very well incapable of using her abilities and moving. She basically has to be in a very vegetative state for her to be here and make me feel that she's safe. If you get her in a sunstone or whatever, then I could keep her as long as you want me to.
So,
other than that, I recommend
like something like, let's say for
terms.
example, what about for example, like if I can even have like some kind of collar that like we have to double triple check everything first. If she's just in some kind of containment unit that's giving off sunlight.
She has to be in a state that she cannot. She basically needs to be dead while still breathing.
All right.
Because if she has any motor functions, any power to do anything, then I'd rather not be anywhere near my city.
All right.
So I don't know what I'm dealing with right here, and I don't have any light weapons or weapons like that.
Yeah. All right. That's okay. That's understandable. That's fair enough. All right.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's no problem. Burnout, if you want, you can see them out.
Oh, wait, Mr. Perfect, you still on the line? Okay, good. You're not online. Let me just like click the button to disconnect this, or I think I disconnected it. Okay. All right. I guess this. No. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure I know where the way is out. It's like that way, but. Well, it's kind of unfortunate that those are the terms that we've got, but I mean, I suppose it's kind of stuff for me to be thinking about as well.
I think, regardless of any moral reasoning, though, I think frapping her soul outside of her body is actually not a bad idea.
That sounds really hard to do. Not to mention.
And I just went the wrong way.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh, that's understandable. But well, Ferdy, what? So then, are we just disposing of her body then, or we're just like the whole separating a soul from a body gets a little. Doesn't it usually get a little dicey?
We could put her in a new body.
Like at that.
I mean, I've got a bunch of Draco golems.
I mean,
in another dimension.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of, well, rebirth. I mean, like, hey, we've heard the stories, right? Like, some evil being, whatnot, like is like, they're set to be like reborn in some other form. Live out life like that.
Hold on.
Hmm?
That?
What?
Shit, I think the paparazzi might be here. We've got to go.
What? Okay.
We're in a magazine, remember?
Oh, yeah, so?
If the paparazzi are here, they're probably filming this, which means Jimmy's gonna be here any second.
Alright, let's just... thank you for leading us back out here, Miss Burnout. I guess we have to be taken off real quick.
No problem. Thanks for stopping by.
Gotta go.
Alright.
Alrighty. I say that because don't end the RP yet. I want to do a very quick scene.
Wait, does that mean I gotta go?
We're gone.
Okay.
But yes. We're gone, but...
Yeah. RP card down.
Not yet.
Really quickly, I want to do a quick scene where our character runs and is like, oh, I saw the news, oh, she's gone, and he gets shot at and runs away. Shit, I saw the news, is she here?
Hold it. You're not supposed to be here. Clear out, citizen.
Oh, jeez.
Please.
Run!
Put your weapon down. It's just a troublemaker.
Looked familiar though. Was that it?
That's it. It was kind of dumb, but I wanted to do it. He just walks in afterwards, like, damn it!
Did I put up the wrong camera? Oh my god, did I put up the wrong camera? Ugh.
It's fine. It was just a joke scene. But also just like...
Hey, thank you very much for the
set up that
up there,
part of the
Rob
reason why my character can't... Like, my character has to be careful about cameras and how he...
Oh, wait, what was that, Fruity?
Actually, though... The thing is, like, the Palace District would have been, like, really heavily guarded against paparazzi. So,
that's fair enough. Well, that scene didn't happen, but I just wanted to get a joke out there. Yeah. God.
That was
it. Looks like you were grabbing the camera.
Oh. Raku. So,
Don't worry.
Okay, I won't worry. So what time is it? It is 12. I would expect the show to be around. I guess we could do the thing with Rookie then.
Yeah.
So we're.
Huh?
So I guess we do the thing with you now. Like speaking to you.
Yeah, sure.
What's this? Don't judge us.
Oh my god.
So how'd you like my
change how my
speech
armor?
checks?
Well, that was it. Like I said, I was already aware that I might not have been able to succeed with that, and I can see the compromise. But like at the same time, like I see the compromise, and I'm like unsure about how to go forward with that part right there.
I don't want to.
So
Speak, Raku. Speak.
Speak.
what's?
Child. Oof.
I think
Yeah,
Raku's
Rookie,
speaking B
I have to
language.
leave.
What happened?
Oof.
Or did something that happen?
Yeah, I had to leave right there. My fucking Oculus, I blacked out twice and big goof.
Yes,
Beautiful.
You want me to do the event?
I wish there was like a night mode you can turn on, but
Do you want me to check Discord?
So, Soulstone,
Okay.
you trying to go Infinity War on me?
Not soulstone like sunstone. Enchant a sunstone and put
it's
the
like
soul in the
enchant
sunstone.
enchant a soul. I guess no, technically no. It would be like
Stop dragging us out of shadows.
it'd be like a soul stone that's imbued with the power of sun light, I guess, and trapping the
Okay.
soul in
We're
there.
trying to depower her somehow, basically.
Like the thing is, so the thing is, Zwei only
Hmm.
feels comfortable with having, I guess, like keeping her imprisoned if she's either depowered in a vegetative state,
Okay.
like like she's like not even conscious kind of thing, or, I guess.
Raku is not ready, so we had to wait.
Oh wait. Wait. Doing. Oh yeah, you said you wanted to do. So, wait as in like, wait as in a couple of minutes wait, or wait as in like, another day wait.
I don't think
Thankfully,
Raku's
my
ready
back
for
is still
today.
doing good.
Okay.
Right, Raku?
I'll be bathroom.
Also, I did notice this while y'all were doing RPs and some such when I joined
Okay.
in.
Not
Fucking
today, right?
Fruity
Or-
looked like
yeah.
that she was turned on like the brightest light bulb known to fucking mankind. That
Yeah, not
brightness
today.
was oof.
I
was about
wanted,
to ask
I wanted
you
to
during-
actually
during-
make a comment on that.
I-
wanted to, like,
I was about to ask you, did you fucking turn her on so bright that she become the sun?
Look, I told her when we got there, like, you're, I don't know, like, blah, 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 but you're looking positively radiant today.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
No,
Fruity, what a glowing
you turned her
complexion.
on. There has to have been something done with that. You must have plugged in that sword.
Oh my god. So, there you are. Rookie, so you said like not ready to do the thing. What about just simply just, talking to you about, no, that would make it easier to speak to you about.
Are you feeling burnout?
Thankfully, my back didn't give out, so that's good.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think of like what to go about this, because like like my character does want to speak to you about like Fruity's character wants to speak to you about hard light weaponry and stuff like that, and mine wants to speak to you about like if you have like any
I'm
access
not
to
very
power
excited.
armor type stuff.
I'm gonna have to get these.
Do you want me to do the cycle part as well?
What is?
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to be doing anything. I'm just saying, like my character, my Fruity characters want to be
Oh.
speaking to you about something. And but
Either way, I guess I'm speaking for Zenical.
oh boy.
Oh, good.
I was trying to tell you something about like the soul stone. Oh yeah. So it was like, so I wanted either like vegetative state or having her soul put into a stone, something like that, and just keeping that thing in prison. In terms of like
Or
descended.
killer dead. Mercy
Yeah, there's that.
killer.
So
Make her
basically,
not alive.
Archer's here. How about Archer? He's also here.
Savior has come.
The Savior's come.
Hello there.
So yeah, basically,
So you're gonna try to still imprison her.
the idea is still want to try to imprison her. And if basically if we can't figure out a proper solution before we find someone to help us with that, it'd probably be a we'd have to keep her imprisoned in one location for just little tiny bits.
Don't worry.
Speak to her, see what's going on.
Small part later, okay? We can do
And
that.
if we can't figure out some kind of more permanent solution, we'd have to just off her, I
Alright.
guess.
Heck.
But
So-
either way, the next RP that I have set up is going to be fun. Let me tell you what.
Don't do it,
son.
rookie.
Oh boy.
What do you want?
Let me tell you what.
Oh, also, oh no, I had to ask this in
Yeah.
character. I was gonna ask, is the plague
Look at
considered
Discord.
corruption?
Okay, I'm looking at Discord.
Well, isn't an infection a corruption, like physically to a human person? Basically,
Holy
isn't it an
shit,
interesting way to say it?
With you.
I'm going so fast.
Mm,
I can
Oh,
probably
that
play
log-
with you since I'm
I
recording.
don't think this thing can cure diseases. Is the thing?
No, it can't.
Yeah, it can't.
The fucking plague is literally a black gooping disease. That was it.
Okay, so yeah, okay, then yeah, this wouldn't be that kind of thing then. It'd have to be, I think. Basically, I guess I'd have to ask you: Would you think that it would be something that's considered
I
corruption?
think the point of the thing is it's not just a one thing is the answer to everything. So it's like we got this for the undead illusions. We got
Oh, this
fire
can
for
no,
the
this can
plague,
also handle the.
force.
This can also do fire damage as well. But the thing is, that's what
Oh,
I
fire
can
damage?
do. That's
Well,
what
then-
I can do. Not everyone else can do. So
Oh well, then that thing should be fine with the plague if it could do fire damage.
yeah. But it's
'Cause,
but I'm not going.
That's the thing that hurts the plague.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do damage to the plague, and we got plenty of people who do like Fruity can do fire magic. Show is all with the fire, so at least in terms of those in the group, we can handle the plague stuff.
However, if I'm correct, it's not going to chain the plague like you would do with the undead
Oh yeah.
illusions.
No, it wouldn't. It would not do anything kind of like that.
It's gonna be more like a.
Determined. Why
like
do you
a
look so
Left 4 Dead
determined?
sort of thing where you just got to kill them one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time. Why does Rocky
That's
look
what
so
I call
determined?
cute determination.
Because Raku knows what needs to
Look
be
at
done.
that. Look at
Don't
that.
you,
That's cute
Raku?
determination. Look at that face. That face means death.
Give me a second, folks. I need to get
No,
drink some water.
the lips on that face means just as like, you know what's coming to you.
Where am I in my room?
Respawn, what is that?
Give me a second, folks.
Me.
Uh,
Moving around at the speed of sound.
It's a model I have.
it's a beautiful
Your
model.
face is a model.
I,
That face means death in itself for when you go on your adventure. You just raise up that hat, everyone just stares right at your faces like it's cute, adorable, and deadly. Your face explodes.
Okay.
You can do a lot with this face.
Oh boy, my frames were dying there.
This is
hello
the
there,
face that will
pretzel
destroy
buddy.
the world.
Literally,
Hello,
look
pretzel
at that.
buddy.
This is
Hang on, let me
literally
grab
the
my bag of
Infinity
pretzels,
Gauntlet.
pretzel buddy.
Look at that.
RP.
This is literally the Infinity Gauntlet. Look
Uh,
around.
we're
I ran
Look
out
at
of
that.
them. I enjoyed them.
No.
Can we go to
Pretzel
another
buddies
world?
If we can't eat pretzels together.
Like, can we go to another world while we're still preparing here? Because I got some people who were trying to join off with me.
Get more pretzels, it
Okay.
happens.
I guess we should go to your house.
Yeah, for the time being. Because oh my god, there's a bunch of people trying to go off of me right now.
Run out of pretzels,
Alright,
that
you
means
guys go head on to the other world. I've got to fucking go to bed because I got a wicked burly pull.
Yeah, go. Shoo.
Feeling is more satisfying.
College is
Don't you
fun.
fucking shoo me away like a little fucking bug.
How about this? Snapper?
Hey,
Okay.
Go to sleep.
Hold on. Let me
Just the-
drop a portal to the other world because this world is a little
No.
bright.
Yeah, we're dropping a new portal to areas that has a little bit too much gloom.
This isn't supposed to.
All right, I dropped the portal, guys. Dropped the portal.
Chew, keep on doing
Birdie,
it.
just follow us when you get the chance.
Now go to sleep.
Okay.
I know. I'm trying.